Do you think aliens exist? Before you answer this, you should hear that first. WOW signal. The WOW signal was a strong narrowband radio signal received on August 1977 by Ohio State University's Big Ear radio telescope in the United States. The signal appeared to come from the direction of the constellation Sagittarius and bore the expected hallmarks of extraterrestrial origin. Astronomer Jerry Emmon discovered the anomaly a few days later while reviewing the recorded data. He was so impressed by the result that he circled the reading on the computer printout, 6EQUJ5, and wrote the comment "WOW" on its side, leading to the event's widely used name. The entire signal sequence lasted for the full 72-second window during which Big Ear was able to observe it, but has not been detected since. Despite several subsequent attempts by Emmon and others, many hypotheses have been advanced on the origin of the emission, including natural and human-made sources, but none of them adequately explain the signal. Although the WOW signal had no detectable modulation, a technique used to transmit information over radio waves, it remains the strongest candidate for an alien radio transmission ever detected. Roswell accident. In mid-1947, a United States Army Air Force's balloon crashed at a ranch near Roswell, New Mexico. Following wide initial interest in the crashed flying disc, the U.S. military stated that it was merely a conventional weather balloon. Interest subsequently waned until the late 1970s, when ufologists began promoting a variety of increasingly elaborate conspiracy theories, claiming that one or more alien spacecraft had crash-landed and that the extraterrestrial occupants had been recovered by the military, which then engaged in a cover-up. Sacsayhuaman. Outside the old Inca capital of Cusco, a fortress called Sacsayhuaman rests in the Peruvian Andes, built from enormous stones that have been chiseled and stacked together like a jigsaw puzzle. Some say Sacsayhuaman could be the work of an ancient civilization that had a little help from interstellar friends. The 1,000-year-old interlocking fortress walls are made of rocks that weigh as much as 360 tons each, and which were carried more than 20 miles before being lifted and fit into place with laser-like precision. How an ancient culture accomplished such a feat of engineering. Egyptian pyramids. Just outside Cairo, in Giza, the most famous of Egypt's pyramids rise from the desert. Built more than 4,500 years ago, the pyramids at Giza are monumental tombs where ancient queens and pharaohs were buried. But how exactly did the Egyptians build these things? The Great Pyramid is made of millions of precisely hewn stones weighing at least 2 tons each. Even with today's cranes and other construction equipment, building a pyramid as big as that of Pharaoh Khufu would be a formidable challenge. And then there's the astronomical configuration of the pyramids, which is said to align with the stars in Orion's belt. As well, alien theorists often point to the fact that these 3 pyramids are in way better shape than others built centuries later. So are Egypt's pyramids artifacts of aliens? Stonehenge. A huge circle of stones, some weighing as much as 50 tons, sits in the English countryside outside Salisbury, known as Stonehenge. The Neolithic monument inspired Swiss author Erich von Däniken to suggest it was a model of the solar system that also functioned as an alien landing pad after all. How else could those massive stones have ended up hundreds of miles from their home quarry? Easter Island. The enigmas surrounding the Moai, Easter Island's fleet of large stone figures, pretty much follow the same narrative as the other sites described here. How in the world did the Rapa Nui make these figures more than 1,000 years ago? And how did the Moai end up on Easter Island? Carved from stone, the nearly 900 human figures are sprinkled along the flanks of the island's extinct volcanoes. The figures average 13 feet tall and weigh 14 tons and appear to have been chiseled from the soft volcanic tuff found in the Reno Rarica quarry. There, more than 400 statues are still in various states of construction, with some completed figures awaiting transportation to their intended resting place. The reasons for carving the Moai are mysterious, though they were likely sculpted for religious or ritual reasons. It's also not exactly clear what happened to the stone crafting Rapa Nui. The face on Mars. If Elon Musk has his way, humans will be capable of visiting the face on Mars sometime this century. Spotted by the Viking 1 orbiter in 1976. The so-called face is nearly 2 miles long and is in a region called Cydonia, which separates the smooth plains of the Martian north from the more cratered terrain in the south. At the time, scientists dismissed the face as a shadow play. But over the decades it has become a favorite among those who suspect aliens with a penchant for building things have been visiting the solar system. Area 51. Area 51 is the common name of a highly classified United States Air Force facility located within the Nevada Test and Training Range. The facility is officially called Homey Airport or Groom Lake. The intense secrecy surrounding the base has made it the frequent subject of conspiracy theories, and a central component of unidentified flying object folklore. The base has never been declared a secret base, but all research and occurrences in Area 51 are top secret and sensitive compartmented information. The CIA publicly acknowledged the existence of the base for the first time on June 25, 2013. Area 51 has become a focus of modern conspiracy theories. Bob Lazar claimed in 1989 that he had worked at Area 51 Sector 4, said to be located underground. He claimed that he was contracted to work with alien spacecraft that the government had in its possession. Similarly, the 1996 documentary Dreamland, directed by Bruce Burgess, included an interview with a 71-year-old mechanical engineer who claimed to be a former employee at Area 51 during the 1950s. His claims included that he had worked on a flying disc simulator which had been based on a disc originating from a crashed extraterrestrial craft and was used to train pilots. He also claimed to have worked with an extraterrestrial being named J-Rod and described as a telepathic translator. In 2004, Dan Burisk claimed to have worked on cloning alien viruses at Area 51. Also alongside the alien named J-Rod. Burisk's scholarly credentials are the subject of much debate, as he was working as a Las Vegas parole officer in 1989 while also earning a Ph.D. at State University of New York. Fermi Paradox. The Fermi Paradox, named after Italian-American physicist Enrico Fermi, is the apparent contradiction between the lack of evidence for extraterrestrial civilizations and various high estimates for their probability. Michael Hart formalized the basic points of the argument in a 1975 paper. They include the following. There are billions of stars in the Milky Way similar to the Sun. With high probability, some of these stars have Earth-like planets. Many of these stars, and hence their planets, are much older than the Sun. Some may have developed intelligent life long ago. Some of these civilizations may have developed interstellar travel, a step humans are investigating now. Even at the slow pace of currently envisioned interstellar travel, the Milky Way galaxy could be completely traversed in a few million years. And since many of the stars similar to the Sun are billions of years older, the Earth should have already been visited by extraterrestrial civilizations, or at least their probes. However, there is no convincing evidence that this has happened. At the end of the day, there is no evidence for the existence of aliens. At the same time, we cannot completely deny their presence. The two possibilities are still there and mankind is still waiting for physical evidence. Now we would like to know your answer. Leave it in a comment. Thanks for watching.